Gratitude, greetings, and good evening, everyone. So, today we are with a very special guest. But first, let me tell you something that what happens when creativity meets confidence and also purpose meets power. So, today I am joined by an extraordinary woman, Dharshani Sivakumar, and she's a dynamic force who has transformed from an artist and baker into a certified image consultant, NLP practitioner, and also a TEDx speaker. She's a life coach also and a motivational speaker also. And her journey is a proof that reinvention is possible at every stage. And she is on a mission to help others discover their most powerful selves. So, a very warm welcome, Darshini. How are you?
Thank you so much. That was a very spontaneous, very crisp introduction.
You're most welcome. So, Darshini, like from baking cakes to shaping confidence, what sparked your journey into becoming an image consultant and an NLP master?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. Before I answer
Thank
that, uh, you know, uh, before I started my career becoming an entrepreneur, I just had one thing in mind. That's if I am building something, it has to impact lives of people in a very positive way. Actually, that sparked me to become a trainer and a coach. So that's where my journey began because stage was one place where I was never scared of and I've never had stage fright as a child. So that sparked me curiosity of, what kind of a career can give me that kind of satisfaction. That's how I
yes.
got into this particular training career or, image consulting or whatever we are, looking at today as a option or as a career or whatever we want to become at end of the day. And there's this one quote which inspired to get me where I want to get is never start a business just to make money. Start a business to make a difference.
Hmm.
Actually, that caught me into starting the journey of what I started. See, there's a difference
Right.
between passion and profession. I was
Profession.
always
Yes.
passionate about baking and becoming an artist. Yes, I was an artist back then also, but I felt okay,
Hmm.
my stress buster should not give me stress to that extent that I'm not able to work. And I
Yes.
said, okay, from an age of say when I was in my eighth or ninth grade, yes, becoming a TEDx speaker was a dream back then. But I was always a curious learner who wants to learn everything. Not thinking of the outcome, but give it a
Hmm.
shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, let's try it in a different methodology and go forward. So for me,
Yes.
getting it or not getting it was not in my mind, but that every situation, every experience, I learned something new instead of saying it a no and denying that opportunity by itself. And
Correct.
image consulting, there's a lot of misconception around image consulting that it's just physical grooming and it's just physical makeup. No,
Yes. Right.
it has to start within. See, even you can wear
Right.
makeup and if you're not sound looking
Hmm.
confident outside, then what's the point? Even
Right.
still, that lack of confidence will be seen in your eyes if you look at it, even if you wear
Hmm.
makeup.
Right.
Image is an holistic approach more than not, it's not just physical, but it's a holistic approach.
Hmm. Yes, so true. You said na that holistic approach that from inside also we need to be confident so that we can be confident outside as well, right? So Dharshini, how long, how has been an artist influenced your journey into becoming an NLP master?
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me, Dharshini? My question
Come.
was that now you can hear me. Yes. So I was asking that how has being an artist influenced your ability to transform people's life through coaching and communication?
Okay. I think with, you know, many people, how much ever you do physical workout, they'll not be satisfied. They feel, that something is lagging. So, how for different people, art and colors play a huge role in the transformation journey. If you look at it, because every color has a psychology or the kind of meaning which we give to that particular color. Say for some people, blue will be very pleasant, or for some people, red, a color like red will be more, it starts creating anxiety inside them. So how do you define each color as per our thought process or our perspective? So it's easy to work with colors is because it's very visual, and it's easy to see how much people are able to handle each emotions or in any segment in communication or anything. Maybe that person might not be very good in articulation. Doesn't matter. If that person is able to say something visually, but it's all about giving that person a complete active listening in the process. Because
Right.
some many a times what we do due to lack of time constraint, we cut off that person from the communication. What is it he or she is trying to communicate?
Yes.
So see, color or being an artist or giving them activities to understand what is bothering them, that is just a
Hmm.
tool to figure out where they stand, but it will not define who they are. There's a difference between the two.
Hmm. So true. Like you said, na, how colors are connected to our emotions and all, right? And also, Dharshini, like you
See,
have spoken on TEDx stages, right? So, what's
yes,
that one message that you believe the entire world needs to hear right now?
only one statement, or rather two, one statement in two different parts. If you
Hmm.
know what you have to do, you don't have to fear anyone.
Yes.
But at the
Right.
same time, you should start believing in yourself.
Hmm.
Sometimes you must have
Right.
seen doctors also need
Hmm.
doctors. Many a
Yes.
times. Sometimes coaches
Hmm.
also need the coach. But at the
Coaches.
end of the
Absolutely.
day, we'll have to walk the path. A mentor, a coach, a teacher, anyone can guide you, but they cannot walk your path or they cannot take your pain. So it's
Hmm.
majorly we have different coping mechanism, or we have created a lot of patterns over the years, and we know how to
Hmm.
break it. But a coach or a mentor can show you the light as to how you can do particular thing, but they cannot do it for
Yes.
you because it's your responsibility. The minute
Right.
you start believing in yourself, lot of things change internally and externally for you, because
Both.
it's not the external chaos which is creating trouble to you, it is your internal chaos is creating trouble.
Hmm.
So don't try to
Right.
blame the people outside or your environment outside. Check yourself internally. That is something.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I say we are our best friend, we are our worst critic, we are our best critic also.
Yes. So true. This is very important thing which you said, Dharshini, that we are the critic which we have. That is the first thing I think we need to overcome this. And also, in your view, like what do you think as people are going moving into this coaching? There is a lot of awareness about this coaching industry, like life coach and all these things. So, what is the most underrated tool for personal transformation that every woman should know about? That
First,
one
to
thing.
all the women out there who's listening to this right now or who's going to listen to this later, never hesitate to ask for help.
Hmm.
It's okay to ask for help because you wanted a
Yes.
clarity. Only if you have a clarity,
Hmm.
you can lead with confidence. With states, being in confusion, you cannot lead with confidence, but with clarity, you can lead with confidence. See, I say to every person whom I come across that you are a leader. It's just that we need to identify what kind of a leader are we. The minute you identify, any transformation begins with, okay, meaning Darshini is this, you know, my strength, my weakness, my flaws, whatever it is. But not every flaws or every weakness can be made into a strength of yours. And we're not computers or, what do you call, robots to do that. We are humans, and it's okay to have mistakes. It's okay to, you know, not become perfect in something. It's okay because no one can be you.
Yes.
But it takes some time, it takes
Right.
some conscious effort, but from somewhere we need to start the process.
Hmm. Right. We need to start. This is very important. Right. And also, like, you had a journey, I would say that there were so many things, you accomplished so many things, you did so many things, you learned a lot. So tell us about a moment in your journey where everything changed. Like, what breakthrough did you experience personally that helped you to become a person that you are? So could you share a
Okay,
moment?
there are a lot of one, but one main thing I share that's
Yes.
um, on the process of becoming a trainer, somebody came and told me, being a trainer and a coach, you should learn NLP. NLP. For those who don't know this, it's called neuro linguistic programming. It's a topic for a separate day that I'll come back to that later. And I was thinking inside my mind that what is NLP going to do? Which I didn't actually know,
Yes.
but I was still figuring out. When I
Hmm.
started off the program, when I joined for the program, mentally, emotionally, I was in a bad state. To keep it simple,
Hmm.
I was in a very bad state
Hmm.
that I was emotionally or mentally unstable, kind of a personality. But the day I opened my mind that okay, now somewhere we need to start trusting the process, and this is that process to
Hmm.
be trusted. Then I gave myself
Yes.
1 year time.
Okay.
And both of them, I would like to
Hmm.
mention them here that Karthik and Gauri, I learned NLP and EI, emotional intelligence from them. And I've done a lot of refresher programs also. And
Hmm.
my coach, she she told me one, or they both guided me equally so much to that in a different extent that, but they told me just only one thing.
Hmm.
Even if you don't believe in yourself right now, believe me. Actually, that
Hmm.
one statement, whole lot of changed in me that I started traveling out alone. I ticked off one of my bucket
Yes.
lists that I wanted to travel to one of the international countries solo. I went and did that
Oh.
also.
Oh. Wow.
So it's just what I'm trying to say is it's okay to have bad days, it's okay to have emotional breakdowns, but
Yes.
at end of the day, you need to dust up, you need to get up. You can't just be
Right.
sitting there
Right.
crying.
No.
See, why am I talking so blunt or very openly is because this is where actual transformation started. This is where it
Absolutely.
started.
Yes.
Because gratitude, or a word like thank you is so powerful, but we'll have to do it on a very timely basis. And see, life is like a boomerang.
Hmm.
What you give out comes back.
Comes back. Yes.
But if anyone is looking to get into this kind of an industry, one is you should have an empathetic ear as a quality because or active listening
Yes.
quality. Otherwise, it's very difficult to be in this industry.
Right, so true. I think this is one quality which you are telling. It should be it should be there in any person who joins this industry. So true, Dashni. People don't talk about this.
See, because see, not everyone is everyone's cup of tea or coffee. It will be
Yes.
different for everyone, but we need to figure out what is it. But where do we, how do we find that? Is by putting yourself into situations, putting yourself into different scenarios where you figure out what is your calling. But if you start
Yes.
avoiding all these things, then you do not find out what it is.
Hmm. Right. So true. And the message which you told your mentor said, na, it was really beautiful because I have also heard this message from my mentor. This statement that she said, if you can't trust yourself, trust my belief in you. So I can totally relate with this. And also, Darshini, as a soft skill trainers in today's digital age, like what's the biggest communication mistake that people make and how can they fix it instantly?
Okay, very good question. See, first thing, if you know what you want to communicate upon, but
Yes.
you should know to communicate it in a polite way, but in an assertive way where you stand up for yourself, which
Yes.
many of them still find it difficulty facing this.
Very, very much difficult. People
But
find it
for
difficult in communicating themselves.
because for different people it'll be different reasons. So first we need to understand what is the reason or where is it getting triggered from. Because see, emotions doesn't come out of a blue. It comes because of a
Right.
thought.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it is. So first step to any transformation is self-awareness.
Self awareness. Yes. Right.
Even if you take any books on emotional intelligence, this is where the basic, this thing starts.
Hmm.
Many
Absolutely.
people still think, if you put aside your emotions, that is over. No, later it will come out in a different form, which we never know. It's like pressure cooker basically. One day it will burst.
Hmm.
But
Yes.
don't think that if you put everything under the carpet, it will be fine. No, you're
Hmm.
again tangling the thoughts or tangling the
Hmm.
relationships.
Right. So you need to communicate, I think, in a better way, in a very clear and simple way. We need to communicate, but people complicate things. I
Exactly.
think that's why the problems come. I think, right? Yes.
Yes.
So Dharshini,
No,
now
at
we
the
will
first
have a
place,
rapid. Yes.
at
What
the
were you
first
saying?
place, why do you want a validation from other person? This is a food for thought which I'm
Yes.
leaving
Yes.
everyone with. That
Hmm.
what is the need for validation from the other person? See,
Right.
you can inform, you can tell what you're gonna do or what you've been doing. That's okay. But
Hmm.
why are you seeking for validation? I think this is where the main problem starts. Only if the other person validates, we do.
Ah. Right. We mostly do this, but I think when we come into that awareness, then I think we are not looking for that validation, but people who are still in that unaware state, they are still seeking
I'll give
that
you a
validation.
live example. When I started this career, I was that very introvert, quiet individual. Everyone at
Hmm.
home, everyone in my
Hmm.
family or relatives or cousins or friends, you
Hmm.
don't even talk. How are you going to get into an industry like training where you have to talk a lot? Doesn't stage fright you? I said no, I can talk. Because this is not like something like gossip or anything. Here you're just sharing your knowledge or you're trying to, it's not, I would not say training, but you're grooming a person to become a better version of themselves. So if I had believed back then that, you know, at home, people are saying, how will you go, how will you talk just because you're quiet. If I believed that, today I'll not reach to where I have reached. That's why I say Believe in
Yes.
yourself, in your skills, your capabilities, your competencies, and everything. At the same time, we need to
Hmm.
keep sharpening our knives by reading, by listening to podcasts. That starts with an open mind first, so that you can widen your
Yes.
horizons.
Right. This is very important. We need to na, because we are so into our environment, our zone, that we forget that there's a bigger word, bigger picture we can see.
True, true.
Right. Thank you so much, Ashley, for giving us so much clarity on this. And now we will move towards the rapid fire round, in which I'll
I
ask you a
love
few
this round
questions.
every time.
You
So
will have
yes.
to answer one word. Okay. So,
Okay. Done.
yeah. So, Darshini, confidence in one word.
Confidence in one word. Okay.
Yes.
Elegance.
Wow. Great. And your biggest strength.
My biggest strength, that I don't have stage fright, or what you call,
Yes.
um, uh, being on the spotlight. I don't know if that's a strength. Okay, anyways.
Yes. Good. Great. One emotion that defines your purpose. One
Empathy.
emotion that defines your empathy. Great. As we already said. Your favorite power word.
Courage.
Great. And what makes a woman unstoppable?
She's her own superpower.
Yes. Wow, amazing. It was really nice listening these answers from you. And thank you so much, Thashni. Like you shared so much insights, and few points were really, I would say, very amazing, because no one is talking about that, as I already mentioned to you. Right? It was really nice talking to you. And also to everyone who is watching this, I would like to tell that she's not just a coach, and she is a multi-talented person with whom you can learn a lot of things, right? Because from managing perceptions to mastering inner dialogues, and like you are helping individuals look at their best also and become their best also, right, from inside out. So thank you so much. And if anybody who is watching this, if her story connected with you, or remind you about something, and you want to help someone, you can share this live with them also, so that they can also get benefit. And if you want to connect with her, then I'll share her social media details in the link below description, and you can connect with her. So thank you so much, Darshini.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.